So here is my chuck roast, pot roast, and today, since I'm going to be busy, I definitely want to let my nice new slow cooker from Amber 12 Paws, thank you so much, Amber. I have used it twice, and now I'm finally going to be using it for a meal that I so wanted for so long, which is a really good, tender pot roast. So I'm going to rinse my roast off, dry it with a paper towel, and I'm going to be prepping my crock pot to put it in. So I'll show you what I do. Now before I work on the roast, I am going to put in my broth or water. I never use just plain water. I usually use beef broth with some seasoning, but I got this from Amazon Pantry, and the supermarkets do sell it. This is Herbox vegetable bouillon cubes. Now, I have used, when I can find it, vegetable broth. Really, really good. And a nice taste difference from beef and chicken. So I am going to make up, I want to say maybe, 7-8 cups of the vegetable broth prior to putting my roast in. So I'm going to prep that. I have 7 cups of water in there, 7 vegetable bouillon cubes, and this is going to be 7 cups of vegetable broth. That's going to go into my crock pot first. Then I will be showing you what I do with my roast. Now, being that this is a thinner, longer chuck roast, I'm not going to stuff it with peppercorn and garlic as I normally do with, say, like a rump roast, for example. But I am going to put a few little pieces of garlic in it on top. That's just something that my gram used to do, and I have been doing that for years with other roasts, like a rump roast, for example. I do the actual peppercorns and pieces of garlic, and it really gives it a good flavor. Yeah, that was my grandmother's thing. Now, with hams, my grandmother used to put cloves, little pieces of cloves. She would stud a ham with, and then a glaze. So, yeah, I'll be doing that in a moment. Now you can see I have 2 pieces of garlic actually right here in the roast. And what I mean when I say like studying it with some pieces of garlic, I just take my knife sideways and sort of go in and under a little bit, not too far. And by doing that, I create this little opening. And okay, that piece is a little bit big. I can actually break that. There we go. And I just put the garlic in that little opening. And I'm going to do a few more little slits like that on top of the roast. So that vegetable broth is steaming. It was like right off the stove. And for the moment, I have the crock pot set on low. I'm going to be adding my vegetables now. Well, what all do I have in here? Well, I was able to use up a lot of things right before they started going bad. I have 4 medium carrots cut up in there. Last 3 medium stalks of my celery, that's cut up in there. I have a large sweet potato cut up in there, and I have 2 medium potatoes cut up in here. Also, what I had left of an onion, it's a purple one, started going bad on the one side, so I just used like a half of that. The rest of that I threw away. So I have a half of an onion in here. Pretty good. Now I also did a go around with my Himalayan pink salt, and I also added some steakhouse seasoning. This is really, really good. You can get this bottle size sometimes in Dollar Tree. Sometimes they just have the small one, but this is really, really good. It's good on steaks. It's good in roasts. I've used this in, I actually do use this in my homemade Salisbury steak too. So that is really good. And I also added this. This is something I got from the Amazon pantry order. This is a McCormick peppercorn medley grinder. And there is white peppercorns in here. There is pink peppercorns, green peppercorns, allspice, and coriander, that spice. And this can be set on coarse, medium, or fine. And I decided to on medium. I thought, well, let me try that. And I went around it twice with that. So this is looking really, really good. It's good to go. I'm going to turn this up to high, putting my lid on, and gonna let my amazing new crockpot do its job. I'm in no hurry for this. I think I'm gonna maybe make some cornbread muffins, I think, maybe, to go with it. It's a mix. And definitely be making some mashed potatoes. I'm going to use some of that broth. And make a gravy to go with the mashed potatoes. But for now, I have housework I need to do. I took care of what I needed to do in my garden. So housework beckons. And I know dinner is going to be amazing. So that is done. I'm going to be poking that with a fork in a moment. I used the last of my potatoes since I get my stamps this week. Made some real mashed potatoes. And yeah, I made some gravy. Now I used some of the drippings from obviously the roast, to some cold water and a little bit of flour. I did it by eye. I did not measure anything per se except for the cup of the broth and drippings from the roast. For me, gravy usually is like a 75-25 thing. 75% of the time it comes good, and other times I have lumps. I don't know why, it happens. I don't think everybody has perfect gravy all the time, and I don't worry about that, you know? So, let's see. Yep, there we go. Yep, see that? Just how you want meat in a crock pot slow cooker to be. You want it to be falling apart. You want it to be that tender. Like, seriously, you touch a piece and ta-da, like it just comes right apart for you. That's what you want. And I'm going to enjoy this because me and Ronnie have not had a roast in quite a while. That was a splurge for us, but you know what? It'll be there will be leftovers for tomorrow. And making a roast too is also a good way to clear out, you know, veggies you may have and that, so you're not letting anything go to waste. You can throw it all in there and make some good tasting broth. Well, we are going to sit down to eat dinner. some homemade mashed potatoes with homemade gravy, and of course, some roast with veggies. If you like this video, guys, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit my subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I will see you all on the next one. Have a great evening. Bye.